ugly as usual. There's Mrs. Nutnfancy in the background complaining about all the gear everywhere. She does not like to be on camera. Reloading stuff, camping gear, you got sleeping bags hanging in the background. There's a lot going on down here. She doesn't like it. Allie the mountain dog is being our mascot as we check out the now dry and DuraCoated 1022s. They've been drying for several days. They're ready for reassembly. You can see all the parts here. Nice, nice. Love that color. That Tactical Coyote Brown by DuraCoat. Such a good looking color. What do you know? There's a Benchmade 710. Also DuraCoated. There's Tactical Doodles, Nimravis. We're going to do these panels actually in some type of tactical green. Yeah, nice. Got the BSA red dot sight, the ADCO, all these. So we've decided then we're just going to go single color. Is that right? You are for sure, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I came down and recoated these while you were gone.
You can't even tell it's a wood stock anymore.
No. And I put like 4 coats on this of DuraCoat. Probably more than I should have. That hole right there is drilled in for a single point sling attachment. We've found that it does work. If you attach a sling swivel right here, it'll work even with a full stock. Not ideal, but it works fine. Very nice, dude. This is cool. Cool, cool, cool. There's the sheath of the Nimravis. Excellent. Let me get some more footage. No? Where are you going? Oh, you're going with her? We'll be doing this for about an hour and a half.
Last time you told me 2 hours, it was 6.5 hours.
Multiply whatever time I give you by 4.
Good, then I'll be back.
If I say it's going to take 2 hours, it will take 8. DuraCoating is kind of a time-consuming process. It takes a lot of prep work if you want to do it right. If you don't want to do it right, then I guess it doesn't matter. You can just go ahead and slap it on, shoot it. Don't do surface preparation. It'll probably peel off. Because as stated in the directions, you kind of need to do some surface prep. That's an ADCO A30 is a sight. This one right here that we coated. That'll be fun. This is that Tapco. I think I said the name wrong. It's like interfusion, intrafusion. I keep getting that confused. All right, dude. Time to put it together. Go ahead and grab your stuff. Don't mix your crap up with my crap, because I prepped my surface like 10 times better than you did. Smell.
Box.
You know what, too, is you got to help me test some of these other 22s we're going to be reviewing.
Deal.
Get your opinion on them.
Which one do you want?
Mine's the one without the set screw in it.
Without?
Yours has a screw in it. The one that wasn't prepped properly. That's yours.
Mine still looks cooler.
As in not cooler. No, it turned out fine.
That's totally yours.
I did the bolt handles like 4 times. We got these extended bolt catches that I got from tacticalsolutions.com. That one's mine. There.
Is it?
Yeah, because you didn't coat yours.
I didn't?
Nope.
Man, I'm a loser.
Ha ha! It's okay. You only see just a little piece of it. You might have to pop those out with the little hammer dammer to my left and behind me. DuraCoat freaking rocks. You know it? There's a way to change the look of any gun. If you're willing to do the prep work and shoot it right, you can change the look of any gun. And we're finding out any knife as well. By the way, guys, TMPers, remember I DuraCoated that Ontario Rat 1 folding knife? I gifted that to my friend Bucket Nuster. He's been using it a lot, and he has great reports on how durable it's been, both on the blade, the clip, the handle, all kinds of good reports from Bucket on the DuraCoated Rat 1. Okay, putting the 1022s back together, InadvertentSmell on myself down here in the workshop. There is the DuraCoated trigger housing with all the stock parts taken out of it. And while we're doing this, we got a Clark custom 1022 custom trigger group we're going to be putting in here. I'll do a review on that. This is a semi-affordable trigger group for 1022s. You can spend a lot of money on trigger modifications with your 1022. Maybe getting one that's completely done, like the whole trigger housing, which is outstanding by Volquartsen, but it's very expensive. this is a much more affordable way to go if you're after a lighter and, in my opinion, faster trigger pull in your 1022. This Clark will do it. I have it in another gun. I've been real pleased with it. We're also going to throw it in this Tapco 1022 as well. Give you a review as we go. Installing the Clark trigger in the 1022 is actually relatively simple. There are good instructions included. What I do though is just have an extra trigger group handy and just mimic how it's put together. You can also look at your parts diagram in the Ruger manual that came with your gun. That's real easy to follow. But you know, InadvertentSmell is putting his back together, and he's just looking at this one and just looking at how it's put together. It's real easy to do it that way. So the installation of this trigger is really simple. So I'm not going to show it in great detail because it'll probably be kind of boring. Kind of like you. You smell like a fart, by the way. Did you just fart?
I witnessed a fart with my nose and ears.
It was yours. Dude, where's your return plunger that was here?
Are you kidding me?
Doing, doing, doing. Missing it.
What?
Wait, what? Alright, getting this trigger group in is a little bit tricky. Lining it all up, having the disconnector stay on, and all of that. You'll get it though. So down we go. Put that in right here. You'll probably want to put an aftermarket trigger on this one sometime. Actually, you know, the stock trigger on a 1022 is decent. It's not horrible. I like an aftermarket trigger because I've ran that Volquartsen one for years, and it's just been really fast. It's such a fast shooting trigger. You can kind of see how I use that very small hex wrench to line those holes up. And then I think it's this one right here is your cross pin. I can tell this is yours because it's dirty.
Your gun was brand new. Never been fired before.
Dude! Totally got it in. There.
Sweet.
Bailing out InadvertentSmell yet again. There's those. Actually, it's interesting because these two 1022 trigger housings are different. This is the old one, made of cast aluminum. This is made of nylon. This one's lighter. This one's heavier. I will say that this cast aluminum one took a DuraCoat finish a little bit better, though. I think. Time will tell, though. See how durable they are. Aluminum, nylon. That's out of a brand new 1022. Alright, trigger installations continues.
They'll send me another email.
Alright, one thing I've noticed in installing the Clark trigger is that this is a new hammer out of a new 1022. This is a Clark hammer. You can see that the bushings are milled in to the new 1022 hammer. However, the Clark does not have that. Therefore, you're going to have to put the bushing inserts that come with your normal stock hammer. Actually, like I said, this is a new one, so you don't even have them. I'm actually pirating these off of an older 1022, so I don't have to order parts. I'll order some more from Ruger. Ruger's real good about parts orders. But just a FYI, Clark should really start putting these bushings in with their trigger kit because obviously no longer are they provided with a stock 1022 hammer. I love the smell of that DuraCoat. InadvertentSmell is a fan of rim oil for some reason. Am I right?
Yeah.
Hoppy's number 9, also a good fragrance. It brings back lots of shooting memories for me. DuraCoat smells cool too. Of course you got to ventilate. I'm just talking like, it's just a smell of projecting. Something's going on and you're building something cool. That's what the smells remind me of. Kind of like auto finishes. When I fixed my bug up back in the 80s, it was hot. Okay. We did take the sights off both of the guns for DuraCoating purposes. That way we keep them nice and black. Not necessary, but I kind of like to do it. Make sure you don't scratch your receiver back there, Holmes. Now we're reinstalling them. Some guys will say, why aren't you using a brass punch? Because brass just totally deforms on this. I know, because I've bent like 6 of them up before. Okay, straighten it up. Let's see how that dovetail looks. I think I had a little further to drive. Yep. Put the suppressor on the 1022. What is that? That's what brand is that? Like Misen or something? John Misen. whatever that is, flash suppressor. Man, that looks so much better DuraCoated, doesn't it? All right, go get that rubber mallet out of the top of the tool chest. We're going to whack it with that. If that doesn't work, we'll use a chunk of 2x4 to set that sucker on there. Did you degrease the threads in there?
Not the threads, but I did the screw itself.
Oh, we did it though when we shot it with brake cleaner though, so it's degreased. Okay, Holmes, smack it. Don't hit my hand like you did last time. There you go, all the way. Okay, now by doing that, we just probably ruined that DuraCoated end, but you're going to leave this on, so it's not a big deal. Just whack it again to make sure it's fully seated. There you go. Okay, now we're going to put some thread lock on that and the set screw. That looks wicked, don't you think? I like it.
Sweet.
I like it. That's cool. All right, hold that.
Smell like it.
Dude, you're going to love that gun. This is a stock 1022 pretty much. Couple cheap modifications with a DuraCoat job. Yes, you could even do this. Everybody at home. It's very affordable. Alright, got the stock parts back in. That's the stock 1022 parts. Don't want to lose those. May need them in the future. Putting the bolts back together, coming together. Those flash suppressors look cool. Love them. Very cool. Careful not to strip these out. Too late. Already did it. Doesn't matter. Man, that one flash suppressor goes on really tight on that new 1022 barrel. His older 1022, it went like right on. Do you have anything to add at this point? Anything of use?
It might be that you sprayed more DuraCoat on your barrel.
You're saying that I may have chinched on your barrel?
But you hooked my stock up, so it's a fair
No,
chance.
I actually gave you a lot of shots on that. That's thoroughly coated. You probably got about 4 coats of DuraCoat on this thing. We were going to go digital green on it. I may do it later on this. I just like solid coyote. I think it's a cool color. Very cool. The project continues.
You just manhandle this on there?
Yeah. That's Tactical Innovations. I think I said Tactical Solutions. Did you take your set screws out?
Yeah.
And then you kind of got to pound it on. So I had
It'll
to
go over that?
Yeah, it fits
Holy
really tight.
crap.
You remember? So you got to like put it vertically down on the workbench and then put maybe a 2x4, pad a 2x4, and then hit it with a rubber mallet and it'll seat in there. Here, I'll do it for you. You just film. Observe. I need these. Little piece of 2x4. Little bit of padding. When you guys do your DuraCoat project as well, be real careful that you don't wear it too soon. It's going to take a couple weeks to cure, like I mentioned in my other DuraCoat vids. I just hit my finger. There we go, like so. I need something with less flex. That's it. It's on. See, that's as deep as it goes.
Let's hear the line that you used a second ago when you're working on your things compared to mine.
Oh, yeah. I told him, I was like, hey, we got to really be careful on this one because this is my gun. Is that what you meant?
Exactly.
Dude, that thing goes on. If you have to take this off, good luck. We're going to find out if that impedes functioning. It's so lightweight, I'm kind of thinking it will not. You can always take it off. Painstakingly take it off. Again, this is a nylon extended charging handle from Tactical Innovations. It was like all of $2.65 or something. Cheap.
Is music too loud?
Probably. That's alright. Too late. See, I don't want to tweak that bolt handle though. Oh yeah, look at that sucker go in there. Cool.
So they're
Oh,
focused.
this is always tough. Okay, give me your bolt, dude. Yeah, putting the bolt back in, extended charging. See how that kind of angles? You got to straighten that out. So you'll straighten that, and that's how it will engage in the bolt. It can't really engage like that. But what I do, guys, when I put this 1022 bolt back in, is I'll take a little screwdriver, hold it like this. You see your bolt? This is cleaned, right? Okay, and then you just push this down. Really push that bolt back there. Like that.
You made that look easy.
Yep, takes a little practice, but that's how you get the bolt in a 1022. Dude, that looks hot. You think that bolt?
With the rail.
That's cool.
Dude, I love it all.
Love it.
I was just talking earlier. I had nothing to say. That does look good.
That's unusual, because generally you have a lot to say.
But for once, you
None
were
of it's
listening.
worth listening to, but yeah. Just kidding.
Red's in the back, right?
I do love how the Marines are riflemen. Yeah, we'll just turn the dot on, dude. I think the Marines are good shooters. I don't know if they'll be doing the tactical type of shooting with you that we do. But did you figure it out yet? I think the red glossy portion will go forward. You can't even find that camera anymore. They quit making it. VPC Echo 1, Sanyo Exacti. Love it. The only thing it doesn't do, though, is that camera doesn't do like full HD, like genuine widescreen. And battery life is a little bit short. And then zoom. It doesn't have a ton of optical to zoom. I don't torque these guys. This is a 22. I just snug them up, put some Loctite in them. You probably don't even have to Loctite them, actually. I DuraCoated the screws, too. I want it to look factory cool, man. I want this thing to look like it rolled out of the factory with these tactical colors on it. Quality work. Do quality work or don't do it at all. That's what Nutnfancy says. Look how cool that looks. Bam! Bam!
You scared me.
Did the camera jump when I did that?
Yeah.
You're like, whoa!
We're under fire!
Whoa! This bad boy in. Oh. Yeah, buddy. Dude, that looks pretty wicked, huh? And then this will go like that. Probably forward mount that optic, too.
Too bad everything you DuraCoated already came from the factory like that.
Hey, man, it's still cool. It's still cool, man. I like DuraCoating my screw heads too. It's just a little attention to detail. Makes it look nicer. Also rust proofs at least the very top of them. And the only bad thing about this setup that I can tell so far is that it's not free floated. I like driving these by hand too because you don't want to strip them. I think this forward Picatinny rail will be tight enough and rigid enough that you can mount an optic on it, at least a red dot. I got two options though. I've got the Ford factory rail, this one up here. Oh, you know what? I can't do that yet because I want to mount a light rail right here. Never mind. Backing out. Redoing it. Yeah, I got to put that little streamlight rail on there first. Thank you. Alright, this Tapco stock has a provision to mount either a grip or a light on the underside. You just remove this rail. I want to run a vertical grip, and that kind of precludes the use of a light because I don't want my grip here. I might have room, I'm not sure. I'm going to probably run a Phoenix, what is that one I use? P3D, my favorite affordable tack weapon light, no longer made by Phoenix, thank you very much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this rail right here. You can see it DuraCoated right there. This is a short section of poly rail, and I'm going to attach it to the left side of the stock. And then what I'm doing here is milling the backing plate. This is an aluminum backing plate that I had to cut to fit inside the section there in the Tapco stock. Whoops. And that's how the light's going to be attached. I usually go left side of all my guns for the light right here. It's affordable, cheap, lightweight, and it works. So that's a streamlight attachment to the Tapco Interfusion stock. That bench should go in pretty easy though.
Dude, this one's gonna fall out when I'm shooting.